Live from Radio Row in Minnesota, it's Levack Goz on 104.5 The Team.
We are live on the Mall of America, Radio Row, Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Twin Cities. And it's funny because as you walk in here, the swarming people, the craziness, you're probably, part of you thinks to yourself, this is just going to be a bad day. You know what I mean? Because there's just too much, too much going on. And you know, as it goes, all of a sudden Lee Steinberg sits down, and this one sits down, but Merril Hoge is going to join us, but he is friends with Lee Steinberg, obviously, so they're having a quick conversation.
Yeah, and he's going to be talking about your call football. So, like, fantasy football players, your call football is going to take it to the next level of what's going to be happening when it comes to experiencing the game. Your call football, Merril Hoge, in a little bit. But, yeah, like, we were joking around, and when you go on later on youtube.com/1045 The Team or 1045theteam.com, we have our SB headquarters. So if you've missed any interviews throughout the week, these two interviews, the Lee Steinberg interview and Merril Hoge, are going to be together because they were just together. They're hanging out, they're catching up, they're talking, and we got them back-to-back, too.
Yeah, and you know, it's you know, one of the fun things about doing this year in and year out, you learn that the last thing you ever want to do is get in the way of these guys when they are reminiscing. And Merril Hoge joins us now.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, man. We look. It's Lee Steinberg. We were talking to him too.
You took all the time up, man.
I know. First of all, just the fact I say factor back way too much, and it's your fault.
No, I'm glad you do. So there's going to be some factor backs in this one, and if they are difference makers, which they could be, it'll be the difference.
Albany's own Dion Lewis. He's like the definition of a factor back.
Let me tell you this, that guy, I mean, in space, oh, yeah. See, you know, it's interesting, they got two different styles. You know, I'm going to back up a little bit. You know, people go, why'd you get factor back? Why'd you call people factor back? Well, our coach, Dick Hoke, used to always come in on Sunday, or excuse me, Tuesday or Wednesday, we're getting ready to put our game plan in, and he's like, guys, listen, every week we have factors, and it's just different factors. I mean, it might be passing game, might be blitz pickup, might be running the football. And I was thinking, why don't we just factor backs? Because we got to be a factor in something. And all three things are important, but there might be an emphasis each and every week. So that's where I came up with it. I was like, well, we're factor backs because we're a deciding factor in if we're going to throw the ball and there's a blitz pickup, it's usually on us.
Right.
You know, we used our backs in the passing game a lot too, and then running the football, you know, whether you're running it or you're blocking for each other. You know, you're an integral part of every play. You know, you don't just get to turn the ball, hand it off, and, you know, 45 snaps, quarterback hands it off, and he's done. So that's why I ripped my man Jaws on those kind of things. Because half the time you guys just hand the ball off. How hard is that? I mean, I can do that. But they have perimeter players in New England, you know, very dynamic, matchup-oriented, you know, elusive guys, whereas Philly has power guys. You know, they have some versatility to them, too, but they have this power element. And I just love power football. I love to have that element or that phase because it allows you to do the one thing that's most critical in the NFL to win. You can control the game with that.
Right.
You know, listen, at the end of the day, that's exactly what Jacksonville did. They just couldn't finish complementing that by some plays in the passing game. If they have one more second, we might not be talking about the Patriots. You know, that's probably not a penalty. Well, first of all, they don't get flagged. They got the first down. New set of chains, and you're in field goal range.
You're talking about physical running backs. Is the NFL almost getting away from that because they want almost like a secondary wide receiver out of the backfield?
Well, no. You know, when you look at Fournette, who came out, and really everybody's looking. It's just like they're not a dime a dozen is the problem. But having that phase to your team is a significant thing if you can find a guy that's like that. But now, listen, the Patriots still have that running phase. It's just not a power phase. But they still run some power runs at you. They're going to line up and try to smack you a few times. They're not going to let you – they're going to test you. They're not going to let you fall asleep. It's where Philadelphia, though, could do that 22 times in this game. The Patriots are not going to do that. But they're still going to use their backs just in different ways. But if Philadelphia – let's say if LeGarrette Blount has 22 carries,
right,
there's a high chance the Philadelphia Eagles win this game.
Okay. So
of high possibility.
LeGarrette Blount on the one side, and then is it Fletcher Cox on the other side for Philadelphia? If those two guys are next level,
he's he's their best player. And so just like any great player in these games, he's got to make a lot of great players like that. You're like, listen, you're responsible for helping us win 1 or 2 games a year or 3, depending on where you are. Quarterbacks, Tom Brady, we're like, you're 6 every year for us. You're going to win 6 games for us. Just who you are and how you prepare and what you do. I think not only Fletcher Cox, but that entire group. And we might not see it early in the game play a significant role, but later in the game because of their depth, in those matchups. And I wouldn't get caught up in sacks, but I'd watch on pressures. If you can hit, it's true with anybody. Listen, quarterbacks are standing there. They can't protect themselves. They get blindsided, hit all over the place. I mean, you start taking enough hits, you just flinch. You just can't help it. It's a natural thing to, start flinching. There's been times where, listen, when Kansas City thumped the Patriots 2 or 3 years ago, that was probably the most I'd ever seen Brady just absolutely lose it. He was flinching. I mean, they snapped the ball and he started flinching. But they thought, they're thumping him. Now, if you can hit him and there's consistency, you create matchups there that you can win with and you can win quick. What's going to be a plus for Philly? Then they have that. It isn't like, boy, how are they going to do that? They can. They already got guys that can do that. And their rotation. Now, the Patriots are going to do their part. They're going to have their backs chipped, tight end chipped. There's going to be, there could be 8 guys technically chipping and blocking before they leave on the 4. So they're not going to, say, Fletcher Cox, you steal your deal.
Right.
And there might be 2 on him and then a back chipping. They're going to hit Cox. So if that's happening, there's going to be somebody who's singled up. Listen, a guy who came on everybody's radar was Justin Tuck. If you remember Tuck in the Super Bowl,
yeah.
Okay, you got Strahan, all this worry about the perimeter guys, and it was Tuck inside that they created the matchups with. And, nobody knew a lot about him then. Then after that game, everybody knew about him for a good, 5-6 year run. So that may very well happen, or they're going to probably need somebody in Philly to do that for them, because they're going to get after Cox. I don't have any question about that.
Merril Hoge with us right now on 104.5 The Team.
Your Call Football, for those that may not know about it, what is Your Call Football all about?
It is the fans' opportunity to be an offensive coordinator. They're going to call the plays. We're playing professional football. We're going to have professional players. We got 2 teams. We're going to play 3 times, May 3rd, 10th, and 17th. In Vero Beach, I keep saying California, Florida. It's the other end of the country.
Well, when it's this cold, either one is fine.
Exactly. We'll take either one, right? But no kickoffs, no punts. Once we cross the 50, we go for it on 4th down. But the fan calls the play, and this is how it'll work. Every down and distance. So we'll start with 1st and 10. 1st and 10 comes up. I throw what we call a bundle of plays. There's 3 plays, 3 options. It could be all 3 play runs, all 3 passes, or a mixture. And the fan votes on them. They got 10 seconds. We'll put an extra 10 seconds on the clock. After that 10 seconds is up, we shut it down. The majority of the vote goes. Say it's B. I send the B play out, and that's what they run. And once we cross that 50, that 4th down becomes interesting. Because you remember Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, the fans were furious. Why did you do that? Well, my press conference, I'm going to turn the mic around and go, well, if we don't make it, I'm like, I don't know what my fans are thinking. I don't know. We're going to have an OC meeting before our next game. But the fan now will literally get to being very actively involved in calling plays and responsible for how we do it. And they got to score points, so you do that by getting 1st downs and touchdowns. So you got to understand what the defense is doing well, what you're good at. So there's going to be a lot to it versus just, randomly picking a play.
You never overrule them. So whatever the fans vote, you have to take that. So if there's 4 plays up and they pick the one you think is the worst play,
got to go.
You still got to send that in.
That was the majority. And I will have a coach's suggestion. Doesn't mean they have to go that way. We go with the fan, no matter what I suggested.
It's like a real-life video game. It's like you're playing Madden, but in
Correct.
real life. Yeah.
Correct. And it's, a fantasy version. It's a Madden version. But it's real football, live football.
Merril Hoge, man, we appreciate you. I know you're crazy busy on Radio Row.
No, we appreciate you guys having us.
No, Your Call Football, I can't wait to check it out. If I was, I wish they would do this to the Patriots. I'd sabotage them. I'd finally get them out of here.
Just knees, right? Just in place.
Yeah, just victory formation all the way through.
Now, we don't kick, but we're punting. What's first down? First and 10. Why are you punting? Oh, we're punting. Back up. We're punting.
Merril Hoge, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Appreciate having you on. It's always great to see the original Factor back. Hussein Abdullah joins us next.